ready as their guys get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The numbers for him from a week ago, 17 carries, 61 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore. Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Flush. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The decision to scramble almost got him the first, just short, 9 yards, and it brings up 4th and inches. And his kick is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd. On 3rd down. It's Barry, and he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
They'll try the left side. It's Newton. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Broncos send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. With it is Brown. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll try the left side. Barry. And he's got this down to the 35. A lot of running backs a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
They'll run on first down. It's Barry. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. On second down now. It's Barry. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They'll set up a throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. This one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will tie us at 3-3. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Now back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Newton.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st down, Newton. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. Forced out to his left. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. These two teams all tied after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. left to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Back to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Letting one go deep for the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll try the left side. Barry. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll try the left side. Barry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Barry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ball. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 35. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Ball. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
Fights through and now a crease. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there. And
the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. He'll look to throw. It's caught by Roberts. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Back to throw here. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe somebody to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
On 2nd down, it's Newton, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Newton, and a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. On play action, they'll throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
2nd and 6. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew's got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Roberts got it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Barry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
This to the sideline and nearly intercepted. Oh, he had that in his grasp. Couldn't get it. Instead, it'll bring up third down.
Back to throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds his man, complete. That's Newton. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And this one is right through. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finds Roberts left side. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Barry. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. He finds his man, complete. It's Barry.
And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you at home as we take you around the NFL on this 25th day of December. We'll start with two of the AFC's premier teams of the 1970s. Miami, traveling up to Heinz Field to take on Pittsburgh. And it's the Dolphins who have the lead in that one. The Dolphins seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. The Bears looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. Justin Fields has thrown a touchdown pass. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Broncos. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, on the other side, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
On first down, Barry. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Brings up second and a yard.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Barry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football. I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out.
scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of confidence.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And they'll send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Newton, and his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll keep it on the ground. Barry dancing away at the 35. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Barry. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they've built that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. They'll
run on 1st down. It's Barry.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 81 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Not much there, only a yard. 2nd and 9 now. And that is incomplete. The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he's brought down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll set up a throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steamers are once again back in front. Well, they had their chances in the 1st half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Denver's offense now set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 85 yards. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives him a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And we are all tied at 16 apiece. It's another field goal, his 3rd of the game. Maybe not exactly what you're looking for, but does bring them level now.
I like how you put that in there. It brings them level, right? Because if you're talking about kicking, bringing that soccer analogy in, I love that one. I love that one a lot. You don't want to go for it on 4th down and come away with nothing, right? Go ahead and kick the ball. Make sure you get some points. Even if it's a safe call, I think it's the right call.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On second down now, it's Newton, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. He's 3 on the play. First down.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. We are off to the 4th quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Newton. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings them 2nd and 2 at their 49-yard.
On 2nd down. It's Barry, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Back to throw. Roberts has it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
2nd and 2. Connects it to Roberts, right side. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. Barry. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Back to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. On play action, they'll throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead here in the 4th.
This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Now the try here for the point after. And that will make this a 4-point game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Denver's offense ready to go again. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at their 49-yard line.
2nd and 3. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
112 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to throw here. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Barry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The field position game often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field, the very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive if they're able to accomplish it.
On 1st down, Newton. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd in just about a few inches here. 2nd down and inches. Throw left side complete. That's Newton. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Back to throw. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Barry. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Barry. And he'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's ball. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. And they take a knee. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And I tell you what, they were big favorites coming in, but they had to work for this one.
It certainly wasn't the walk in the park that you expected coming into this one. I have a suspicion that in their meetings next week, head coach going to talk to them a little bit about focus, don't you think?
Yeah, because down the stretch, there was some nail-biting going on. And you're right. I think not only the fans, but those folks inside that locker room, they expected a comfortable victory.
Yeah, they certainly did, and that just tells you about the NFL. Any given game, you never know how it's going to turn out. You'd better be ready to play.
So for the home team here,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0.
And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.